Okay, so permission to record this call so we can actually upload it for other people to have access and get answers to their questions. So welcome to the Q&A session, question and answer session for the learners. Okay, so we deemed it important for us to get these questions from learners and actually give answers to it, because some of them have a lot of questions, okay, that we may not have attended to on the Slack channel. So we're going to be doing that. I have some mentors with me to actually assist me in doing that. So please, mentors, can you just introduce yourselves one by one, just briefly, please? Let's do that as quick as possible. Okay, you can just, yeah, good. Okay, Sheon, go ahead.
My name is Sheon, and I'm mentoring in the UI, UX, and front-end web development. Thank you.
Okay, so please, mentors, just raise your hand so that I'll actually call on you to avoid everybody unmuting their mics at the same time. Okay, so Cheryl, thank you very much for that introduction. Okay, mentors, can I have you? Okay, Remileko, please go ahead.
Okay, good morning, guys. My name is Remileko Elijah, and I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Remileko Elijah. My mentor on the web backend.
Thank you very much. You're very much welcome. Thank you for being here. Mentors, please, can you raise your hand and so that I'll call on you to introduce yourself. Let's do this as quick as possible. Okay, Promise, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, good morning.
I'm Promise Zuri. I'm a mentor for web frontend.
Okay, you're very much welcome. Okay, so I'm going to be introducing someone. She just sent a direct message. Where she is a bit noisy. Yeah, her name is Ezihe Amarachi, and she's a mentor for the UI UX track. Okay. Okay, so I think that's all we can take for now. So let's go straight into it. So I'm going to be reading out the questions that were dropped on the document that was uploaded and answering some of the questions. And I'm also going to be calling on the mentors to also answer some of the questions. Okay, so let's get this on the road. Okay, so first question says, since I don't have a laptop, is my Android phone going to be okay to use for learning? Okay, well, yes, for learning, it's actually going to be okay, but for application of what you've learned, that's where it gets tricky. That's where it gets a bit tricky. So I'll just actually advise you get a laptop, okay, so you can actually apply what you're going to be learning. So someone also asked, can I apply for both front end and back end? Mr. Shell, can you actually just answer this question?
Hi. So the question is about the guy asking about using his Android phone, right?
Okay.
Did I get that?
Okay, don't worry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I would say that there's a lot you can learn using just your Android phone, but there's not much you can do with it. In terms of writing code and using a code editor, I'm not sure Android has any tools that are on the same level with the likes of VS Code and Sublime Text and any others on Android. And what you experience is a scenario where it's similar to trying to code using Notepad, you know, on your Microsoft or your Windows laptop. You can code with Notepad, but when you are getting some syntax wrong, Notepad is not correct. You know, so you'll be having some challenges where you shouldn't be having. That assistive technology that could actually help you to get ahead quickly. You know, you find that it's not there using your Android phone. So I would encourage you that as much as you can learn, it takes as much as you can away from this program, but try and practice on a proper environment. Okay, I think that's best I can say about it.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so for the question of can I apply for both front end and back end? Okay, Mr. Chilo, can you actually just answer that question, please?
Okay, hello everyone. So that question was asked by but for front end and back end, presently we are doing the whole web development together, because you cannot jump to back end without having a little knowledge of HTML and CSS. So it's not really going to add up. Even if you have prior knowledge of HTML and CSS, that's okay. But we are definitely starting everyone like they are beginners, because a bigger population of the people that applied are beginners. So we are starting everyone as beginners. Then it gets to a point where we split you guys into front end and back end. But presently we are doing just web development for everyone. Now, when we get to that point where we split and you feel you can keep up with the assignments of front end and back end, then no problem. But when it comes to elimination stage and you're not doing well in one stage and you have to move forward with one, then no, okay, then I mean you have to decide to drop one or just meet up with the two tracks at the same time. I hope everyone understood that.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, so we'll move to the next question. Are you in partnership with HNG? Okay, yes, Codecamp is in partnership with HNG. So I'll just leave it simple as that, and then maybe much later I'll throw more light on that. Will tasks be given every week? Yes, tasks will be given every week for the person asking that question. Okay, someone asked, is there a board where each intern can view their personal grades? Okay, presently there is none, but it's a work in progress. So we'll keep you updated on that. Okay, someone also asked, would there be a project phase? Okay, so Mr. Chilo, I think I'll still call you again to answer that.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Ike. So for the project phase, yes, we'll be having a project phase. The project phase starts at the stage 8, which should be the week 14. So you have 3 weeks to collaborate with others and they also work on a particular project together. So we'll be building the projects and the assignments that you'll be getting will be tailored towards your project. So let's just have that in mind. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, so someone actually asked, okay, I think we've talked about this. There's going to be tasks weekly. Okay, so let me just pick the one on the chat. So we'd love to know how stage progression goes. Okay, submitted my stage 1 task, but haven't promoted yet. Okay, so for this, okay, we have this issue of people's username not being as unique as possible. And the name they used to submit their form is different from the name they used on the Slack channel. Okay, I'm going to give a typical example using my co-host here, Chilo Wokolo. Okay, so some people on their Slack have just Chilo as their name. And then on submission, they go ahead to put Chilo Wokolo. And then, of course, their username is also Chilo or something. So now we have this issue of trying to match these two. So we get to see on this submission form Chilo Wokolo, and on the Slack channel, we see probably like 5, 6 Chilos. And then we don't know who is who. So these are one of the things that is a challenge. So please make your username as unique as possible and let your full name on the submission match the full name on your Slack. Please, that is very, very important. Okay. Also said, can a schedule for each training be prepared? Okay, yeah, Chilo, go ahead. Yeah.
Let me add to that. So
okay.
It's also important that you don't go around changing your username in future. So pick one username and stick to it, because we are trying to make sure that we have your data once and for all, and we won't be changing it. Now, there's a possibility. Okay, so someone is actually asking now, can I change my username again? Meaning that you've actually done it before. So I think that you should just, maybe when you're done, pick a username right now and message us. So we'll actually, because we are trying to address this now and make sure that everybody is on the right page. So although it will be a lot of work on our end, but let's just do that and make sure that everybody is set up and ready for progress. And we don't have any of these blockers anymore. So just pick a unique username and stick to it till the end of the program. Don't change your username, because if you change your username, it will start being work for us, and we don't really want to work for any of us like that. So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so someone said, can a schedule for each training be prepared weekly, including links to join the meeting, so we can all plan adequately? Okay, yes, that will be done beginning from Monday. So you should expect the schedule on Monday. We're going to be preparing that to help you plan better. Okay, what are the opportunities that one stands to get at the end of the program? Okay, who do I call for this? Okay, Chile, let me call you one last time for this.
Okay, sorry, can you repeat the question?
What are the opportunities that one stands to get at the end of the program?
Oh, okay, thank you. So for the opportunities, now one of the beautiful things about tech is that you don't you just have to build your skills, and definitely you will get opportunities everywhere. You will get sometimes people reach out to us at Good House asking for talents, but we don't have that. We don't have a repository of people that will give out. So having this opportunity, we get to have a lot of people that we know that are doing really well, and we've actually trained them. So we can as well outsource some of them, some people here that actually do well and get to the final stage. So it's not like it's cast on stone, and it's something that we've already finished planning out, but we'll give you the skill, and when opportunities come up, we'll definitely get you connected. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, so someone asked, is there any task? Well, the person asking this, I don't think you're following the Slack notifications. Okay, but please, yes, yeah, task. Okay, I've seen a hand raised. Mrs. Ima Bongjon, please go ahead.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Yeah,
Yes.
I just want to add to the question, the benefits you're going to get at the end of the program. So other than the fact that we can go on with the job placement, people reach out to us, like Chilo earlier said, and you can equally get opportunities from us. Another thing is you get more knowledge, and of course you become relevant to the tech community. Then we'll also give out certificates at the end of the program, which could certify you. Now, the certificates will be given to only those that have gotten to the final stage. Now, those are the people we could say, oh, they did so well, and then we can actually attest that, okay, they did well, so that some companies could know that once you have this certification from Codecamp, that means that Code House as a company has attested that they can go on with you. Okay. So these are some other benefits, and also, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Then also we are looking forward to build projects and technological solutions and all of that. So some of these projects requires people or developers to work as a team. So if we are able to get that team, like a group of developers that we know they are good, we can put them up in different sections so they can work on building a solution that will be viable. And of course, we will also make money from it, and then they'll also get to benefit financially from those solutions we'll build as a team. So yes, those are the benefits. And of course, many other benefits, like putting you out there. Of course, if you do well and then your name comes up on the last list, that will be published and all of that. So people will really get to know you. There are many other benefits I really can't remember right now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that addition. Okay, Johnson Ajayi, I can see your hand up, so ask your question. Hello, Johnson Ajayi. Okay, so we'll move ahead. Okay, so the next question, after completing the stage, what's our benefit of participation? Okay, go ahead, Johnson.
I want to ask a question. Is it possible for me to achieve being both a full stack developer and an Android developer on the same platform?
Sorry, come again.
Will it be possible for me to achieve being a full stack developer and an Android developer?
Yeah, it's possible. Of course, anything is actually possible. It all depends on you and your inputs. Okay, so yes, if it's for possibility, it's possible. It's going to require a lot, but yes, you can achieve that.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, so, yes, so moving on. Is there a class for back-end track, or we have to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript as was initiated in the last front-end/back-end class? Are there prerequisites? And if no, when would back-end classes commence? Okay, so I think Mr. Chilo answered that, but Mr. Chilo, can you just still talk about that briefly?
Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Alex. So for that, we talked about it earlier. Presently, we are having the general web development class because for you to write backend, you need the basic knowledge of web development and you need to understand HTML and CSS, no matter what. So it's actually the basics and you have to start from there. So we are going to teach you on those basics first, then later we'll split you into front end and back end. And when you start backend, you also start with the basics before we split you into Node.js and PHP. You might have to have like 1 week course on basics because people just tend to jump into things without really knowing exactly what they are going to do. So when you have those basics, it actually helps you to learn more on your own because we are going to give you the tool, we'll teach you, but most of the learning is actually what you're going to do on your own. Most of the learning goes on within you. So we are that backend classes will commence very but that will be after the web development classes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, so the next question, how is the training structured? Is it training and assignments or training phase and project phase? Okay, Chilo, I'm going to call you again for this.
Okay, thank you very much. So for training, the structure, you have training, then you have assignment, then you have training, then you have assignment. Like the stage one, we are in stage one present. So stage one is for this week and next week. So you already have assignments from this week, although classes started yesterday. And we have a submission date of Saturday for all our assignments, or we are doing this Saturday as giveaway. So no assignments have to be submitted today. But the last day for submission of assignments is on Saturday before the week that you're meant to progress to the next stage. Progress to the next stage happens on Tuesdays, and assignments are supposed to be submitted on Saturdays before before the week that will be moving you guys to the next stage. So we have training, we train you, you work on a project on your own for now until we get to that stage where you're having to work together work on a project together. But like I said, for now, you do training, we give you assignments, you submit, we do training, we give you assignments, submit. So that's what we'll be doing for now. Thank you.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. Yeah, so it's going to be a training and task phase, that's training and assignment phase, and then the project phase. Okay, thank you. Okay, so next question, how do you know that you have been promoted to the next stage? Okay, so I'm going to call on Mr. Ogochukwu to answer that. Mr. Ogochukwu, please go ahead.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Yeah, good morning.
All right. So for you to know that you've been promoted to a new stage, actually you find yourself in the new stage, and you'll actually see the name of the stage. So if let's say stage 1 now, you'll be in stage 1. If it's stage 2 now, you'll see yourself in stage 2. And a lot of people were actually asking, so there's a task, we were given a second task. Is that not supposed to promote us to stage 2? So if there's a task that should promote you to a new stage, it will actually be announced to you. So it's not like when you do a particular task, maybe one simple task, it promotes you to the next stage. If it were like that, we'll reach stage 16. So you actually find yourself in a new stage if you're promoted. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so yes, to know if you've been promoted to the next stage, you actually be added to that stage. And also, yeah, for the whole task thing being a reason for your transition to the next stage, it is going to be announced, okay? But don't actually use that as a reason not to take your task seriously, because each task, okay, every task that's given is going to be a prerequisite for your transition to the next stage. Okay, Johnson Ajayi, you have a question. Go ahead.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Yes, good morning.
The question I'm having is that now, how are we going to know that we are giving assignment? Because yesterday I was expecting an assignment, but I never saw any assignment. Probably because my network was bad, and when I came back online, I was able to access the video, but I didn't get any assignment.
Okay, so apologies for that. Now, but your assignments or task rather will always be dropped on the stage channel. Okay, so if you're in stage 1, your assignments, your task will be dropped on the stage 1 channel. So, and it is pinned. Let us try as much as possible to always check. So whenever you come online, of course, there are messages that you may have missed. So it's advised that you scroll up and know what has actually gone. So your assignment will always be posted on your stage 1 channel, on your stage channel. Okay, so watch out for your stage channel, watch out for the announcement channel. Your assignment will always be posted, and that was the one that was supposed to be posted yesterday. So apologies for that. It's going to be dropped immediately after this Q&A session. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, someone is asking, would finalists be certified? Okay, yes, we have answered most of these questions here, so I'm just going to skip to the ones that are not related. Okay, what are the number of backend technologies that will be focused? Okay, please raise your hand next time. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, all right. Sorry, I registered on this platform about 2 days ago, and I registered for Python, but since then, they've not said anything concerning Python, and I've been raising complaints about the whole thing. I've been asking how do we start, when do we start? I think I've been chatting up Ella, asking now when do we start and all that. They created a channel for the Python, which I joined. But I kept asking when are we going to start the Python, but since then there has been no response.
Okay, so apologies for that. I think this is why we have the Q&A session. Okay, so Chilo, can you please respond to that?
All right, really sorry about that. So what happens is Python is also for backend in Codecamp. So Python is a backend. It will be a backend language for us because we are focusing on web development. So you first of all join the web development class before you switch to Python for backend. So that's just the way we'll handle it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Precious, okay. I hope that answers your question. Yeah,
hello?
Willie. Yeah, Willie, go ahead, yes.
Okay. Since he has been able to clarify me, so then how do I start from the front end web development? Because I don't know probably if they have given it an assignment before or not. I don't know. So how do I begin, and when will I start the classes and all that?
Okay, Chilo, go ahead with that, please.
Okay, so like I said, we'll be posting the assignments later.
Let me come in. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
Okay, so for front end, actual web development in general, we started the class yesterday. So since you missed the class, you probably have to go through via YouTube. It's on YouTube. So you could just look through what we did and then continue on with the assignment, which will be posted shortly. That should help.
Okay, so please then just help me drop the YouTube link so that I can follow up, so that I can start immediately, so I don't skip any classes.
All right. I will drop that on Slack.
Okay, so yes,
all right, thank you.
that's fine. Thank you very much. Precious, can you please go ahead?
Okay, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Please, I've been trying to create a profile card on Figma. So when I typed a test, I was trying to make the test bold. I couldn't get the tools for that.
Okay, you were trying to make the text bold.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I can answer that question, I think when you click on that text, I think by the right, you should see properties of the text. There's a lot of things you can do with the text. So if you check by the right-hand side, you definitely see one. But I think you might actually just need visual kind of help. So what I'll do is this, immediately after the call.
Okay.
Yes.
She can also try Control B. I think it can
Control
also.
B.
Okay, yeah, you can also try Control B. Okay, so if that doesn't work and you need more help, please reach out to the UI UX mentors and they'll assist you. Thank you very much. Okay, so moving on. Okay, what are the number of backend technologies that will be focused on? Okay, Mr. Chilo, yeah, you need to still answer that.
Okay, so for the backend technologies we'll be focusing on, we have PHP, Laravel, that's PHP, Laravel together. Then we have Python and Node.js.
Okay, thank you very much. So moving on, someone asked, what are your intentions as to the level of training? Is it beginner to advanced? Chilo, please take this one.
Okay, so yeah, we are trying to get everyone upskilled from beginner to an advanced level. Depends mostly on you. Like I always say, we are only when a teacher teaches you, the teacher gets to tell you this is what you're supposed to do. But mostly scaling up mostly depends on you. So we'll give you the materials, we'll give you the resources, we'll give you tasks, we'll put in our best, but you will be your own limitation. But we'll also try because we know that people have limitations there. That's why we also have mentors. So you feel free to reach out to mentors. Mentors will reach out to you and they will try to understand where you want to go and where you are and where you want to be. The mentors will encourage you and be there with you. But mostly how far you're able to go depends mostly on you. So you can go really far depending on your relationship with your mentor as well, and also how fast you're able to finish your tasks, submit your assignments, and also connect with others, reach out. So when it comes to that, we will give you the best materials, we'll give you the best resources, we'll give you the best classes, and we will also give you mentors as well, if that answers your question.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so the next question, someone is asking, please, how long is the training going to last? Are there any certifications? Okay, Mrs. Mabon, please, can you answer this question?
Okay, the training will last for a period of 4 months, and yes, there will be certificates issued out at the end of the training period, only for those that get to the final stage, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Next question, I think we're running out of questions and then we'll soon be rounding up that. Okay, how can I become a perfect web developer? Wow, that's interesting. Okay, Mr. Remilekun Elijah, please throw light on that, please.
Okay, guys, hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Like I've said before, it all depends on the person's availability and your dedication, also your passion, because you can't just say you want to become a badass developer and then you are not putting in work. You are not learning every day. You are not practicing. You are not following assignments. Also, it also depends on your relationship with your mentors too. Because if they issue you an assignment and you can't do it, don't just give up because you can't do it. Try as much as possible to contact the mentors and see how they can help you. So yeah, I think that should answer the question.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Remy. Okay, so the next question that we're going to be taking is someone asked, what are the expectations of the Codecamp team for her trainers in the end of the program? Okay, so Mrs. Imabong, I think I would prefer you answering this question first. What are the expectations of the Codecamp team from her trainers at the end of the program?
Okay, so if it's the same question I'm saying, what I'm saying here is, what are the expectations of the Codecamp team from her trainees, not trainers?
Okay, yeah, trainees, yeah, sorry about that. Yes, trainees. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. Now, what we expect is that while we, from our end, we are putting in our best to give you quality training, you should also do your own part by being willing to learn and then do the task you are expected to. And of course, follow the instructions. So now the person is now asking at the end of the program. At the end of the program, we expect to have the people that are beginners or people who just started programming but have gone so far, maybe to the advanced stage. We just want to get the best. We want to give out the best, and we want to get the best trainees or developers at the end of the day. So what we want is that you should be very good at what you do, good enough that we can, recommend you to companies and we are not scared. Okay, so that's just what we want, for you to get the best and give us the best. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, then I can see a hand up at Debesani. Okay, just go ahead with your question.
All right, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I filled the form sheet earlier, but I came in late. So I wouldn't know if my question has been answered. That's why I have to repeat it here again.
Okay, what was your question?
Firstly, I want to ask, is there going to be a form of certification?
Okay, yeah.
That is one.
Okay.
Then secondly, I want to ask the process, like from the stage 1 to stage to the final stage. Is it like task and you will drop some people, or all of us will be till the final stage and then you choose the best? What is the process like? I know you must have said it, but I don't have idea yet. Thank you.
Okay, so for the first question about certification, yes, there's going to be certification for the finalists. For the second question about the process, okay, I think I'll call on Shilo to answer that question. Shilo.
All right, thank you very much, Eric. So, thanks for the question. The process is we'll go from stage 1 to stage 2. Now, the essence of Codecamp is to make sure that everyone who is willing to learn is taught. Now, we are not dropping people. We'll try our best to lecture you. If you're not able to move to the next stage, that's from stage 1, you're not able to move to stage 2, we'll leave you in stage 1 and we'll keep training you. So we'll still give you tasks until you're able to finish your task. And we know that, okay, you couldn't finish your task because maybe you don't have time or anything. We leave you there until you're able to finish your task before you move to the next one. Now we'll keep progressing because we won't want other people to keep other people back. We are going to keep moving. We have stages, and these stages have been timed. So we'll keep moving others that are moving forward. Now it will get to a point where we notice that the people in stage 1 and stage 2 and stage 3, they are not moving forward. Then that is when we will probably have to let go. We will not like to do that. So we're actually encouraging everyone to move forward. And that's why we have trainers and we have mentors. Normally people have mentors alone, but we have trainers and mentors. So we don't put a lot of work on a particular number of people. So we are trying as much as possible to bring everybody along and train everyone. But the moment it starts weighing us down, we will have to take some measures that we will not be happy to take. Although we will try as much as possible to make sure everybody is carried along. So,
okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chilo, for that. Willie, you have a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, though Chilo has been able to answer some part of it, but then the whole stage 1 and stage 2, you know that normally we all don't have the same knowledge of this web development. Like me, I don't have at all. In fact, I don't have at all. The reason why I joined was because I want to develop these skills. I have a huge taste for these skills, for these fintech skills. So I don't know, like he has said, that if you're not able to pass stage one, they will still be grooming you. But at least personally, you need to put in effort to able to move from one stage to another stage. You get. So my question is, if we can actually, like, I don't know, to have, I can say, okay, I want Chilo, or okay, I can say, no, I want Inyobon, I can say, okay, I want Elijah to be my mentor and to work with him to see how fast one can actually develop, while the others still train you ahead of time. So I don't know if it's quite possible for that.
I'm going to answer that question and then I'll still call on someone to answer. Okay, so the thing is this, you're basically asking if it's possible to have a one-on-one mentor, if I get your question correctly. Okay, I would say it's possible, but one of the things I would kick against or advise against is having it on the platform, okay, where it's obvious. Now, the reason is this, when you ask for just a one-on-one mentor, some of the questions that you would ask, okay, someone might be having that issue. So I advise that we just make it open. When you have an issue, drop it on the Ask a Mentor channel, and then a mentor answers it so that you get to help other people. Because if I have 5 people who are choosing me to be their mentor, and they ask me, something, okay, what about the other people? So it's like I'm going to be giving you an answer and also giving someone else the same answer, and probably also giving someone else the same answer. So it is advised. That's why we have the channel Ask a Mentor. So whatever issues you have, drop it on that channel, and then a mentor will attend to you. So I don't really advise the whole choosing your own mentor and then having a one-on-one conversation with them, because you actually rob some certain people of growth also. Okay, so that is my own take. But Chilo, what do you have to say about this?
So yeah, I like your answer. Your answer is just on point. So yeah.
Okay, so does any mentor have something to say about this? Okay, yeah. Okay, so we have Mr. Engineer Adniebet Udorada. He's actually the CEO of Code House. He's the reason Codecamp is existing right now. So Engineer Adniebet Udo, please speak to us, sir.
Okay, good morning. So on the matter of having individual mentors, I wouldn't really encourage that, because you also lose out on getting benefit from other mentors. There isn't a single person that knows everything, so you also lose out, right? And Ike has already mentioned that others also lose out from benefiting from that mentor. Now, that doesn't mean you cannot send the mentor a DM, to ask a question. But, again, like he has said, it might also even be difficult if the mentor is not available for a long stretch or for a short stretch. That means you are also not getting something, okay? So what we encourage is put your questions where everybody else can benefit, and also try to be as close to as many mentors as possible, and then you get the benefit from all of them. So that's just what I want to add to that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so I can see Ugu Isaac's hand raised. Ugu Isaac, go ahead.
Hello,
Yes.
Good morning.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. My own question is very, very simple. I joined recently only to find out that the end for submission was on Friday. And my question is, can I still submit and get to stage 1? Just a simple question. Thank you.
Okay, well, the grace is still available. So yes, you can go submit your task, and you'll be moved to stage 1 when your task is graded. Okay, yes, so that answers your question. Willie.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Willie, go ahead.
No, I've asked my question, and I think.
Okay, your hand was still raised. That was why I
Oh,
called you.
sorry,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So to the next question, how is Codecamp different from Zuri? And does Codecamp solely prepare us for HNG or work? So I'm going to call on Engineer Niebetudo to please answer this question.
Okay. Well, I don't really know exactly how Zuri looks like, right? I have an idea. It's a training program. It's different from HNG internship, because HNG internship is an internship, right? They don't teach you anything there. Rather, they give you tasks, and the tasks force you to learn. So if you're a beginner, you have to find a way to learn it really quick and do the task, and you move on to the next stage and so on until you get to the last stage. That's the internship. Now, Zuri is slightly different. Zuri is a training program. So I know that. So in that way, it is actually similar to Codecamp in that Zuri will train you, right? They don't just throw tasks at you, whether you know how to do it or not. But I don't know what else is in Zuri. I've actually not gone through it, you know. Now, Codecamp does training. So just like Zuri, I think in a way, when we were discussing about things like this, myself and Mark, I think that's one of the things that came out of it. And Zuri came out of that discussion, and Codecamp also came out of that discussion. But what I want to say is that for Codecamp, the additional thing we do here, which is the second question you asked, is that it's not solely for HNG internship. In fact, Codecamp is to prepare you to be successful in the tech world, right? So Codecamp is focused on upskilling you. That is getting your skill level up to the point where you can actually get to work and earn a living, right? Now that journey is not a 4-month journey. So I'm not going to lie to you, right? It's not a 4-month journey. So I won't tell you that at the end of 4 months, you have all the skill it takes. But again, like Chilo said earlier, it depends on you. You are even your primary limitation. You are your own primary limitation. If you remove that limitation, you can go very far. Now, Codecamp is designed for you to be able to get to a point where you can continue on your own and get better and better. So you now, it's like guiding you into a place where you now know the way. You now know the way to follow. It doesn't mean you have reached the destination yet, but the road is clear and you know how to follow it to get to the destination. That's what Codecamp is. And at the end of 4 months, it should be clear to you which route you should follow and how you should get to your destination. That's the objective of Codecamp. And subsequent iterations of Codecamp that we will do, we will have advanced, tracks for people who maybe like those of you who finished in this track or in this iteration, in this year's version, and then next year you want to upskill yourself to version 2. So next year we'll have Codecamp 2.0, right? New people will still come in and they'll do what you people are doing now. But you guys have finished it. You can come in next year and you get more advanced stuff, right? If you want to. But if you don't want to, if you still want to continue on your own, it will still be clear for you, right? But what I can tell you that those who join Codecamp 2.0 for advanced people will get there faster. So that's what really Codecamp is about. So it's not just preparing you for HNG. HNG is just an addition, to make it easier for you, because definitely if you pass through Codecamp, next year's HNG will be much easier for you. I can guarantee you that. Because all the tasks that you are given in the HNG internship will teach you how to do it here in Codecamp by the time you finish. So HNG will be easier for you to do. You become one of the 2,000 that gets to stage 3, or one of the 1,000 that get to stage 4 and stage 5, and so on and so forth. So that's a long answer to your question.
Okay, so thank you very much for that question. Okay, so please, Engineer, please stay on the call. I have this question I would want to throw at you. Okay, so someone asked, I'm currently a civil servant in Nigeria, and we know how insistent they are on certificates in promotion. Is the certificate from this internship recognized by the Nigerian Civil Service? And what category is it placed under? Okay, so that question goes to you, sir.
Yeah, well, we don't have a certificate that is recognized by the civil service. There's actually a certification which they call I can't remember. They call it international driver's license. But we are still working towards getting authority to issue that certification. Maybe in the next Codecamp, we might be able to issue that certification, or be able to work with schools to issue even diplomas, right? But right now, the certification we are giving to you, you can't use it in that context, right? But you can definitely use it to show that you have learned the skill.
Thank you very much, sir, for the answer. Okay, so Goodness Isaiah, you have a question. Please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I just want to draw back to what you just said. He said international drivers certification or something. Is that for drivers or something?
Yeah, I know somebody will ask that question. It's not for drivers. It's called the international, I think it's digital driver's license, but it's not for, it doesn't mean that it's not for drivers, it's for tech people. It's a certification, it's an international certification for tech people.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, so someone is asking, can I join more than one track? Well, yes, you can. It is up to you if you can handle the pressure, and if you know you can actually keep up. Of course, you can. So someone's also asking, would we be graded and given feedback so we can know how we are performing? Okay, Chilo, can you answer that, please?
Okay, yes, we'll be grading and we'll be giving feedback to the learners. I don't know, did you hear me?
Yes, we heard you. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's about that for the questions that I have currently. So, so for those on the call, if you have any other question, please just signify by raising up your hand, else we actually just call it a day. Okay, so someone is asking, when and how do I get started with the UI UX training? Okay, so please just join the channels, and then you get to know what to do. There's a UI UX channel, okay? And if you're not in stage 1, please make sure you do the needful so you can be moved to stage 1, and then you get more information. Okay, so someone is also asking, with the issue on Slack names, how do we rectify to move to a new stage? Okay, Chilo, please answer that question, please.
All right, so because of that, we'll be creating a thread on Slack. We'll create a thread on the general channel. Please, if you've done your assignments, the initial task, please write your name, your indicate in the thread. Don't indicate outside, indicate in the thread that will create, telling you to put your username here so we can just check it and move you to the right stage.
Okay, so just stay on the call. Someone is asking, would we be taught React.js?
Oh yeah, so we'll be doing Vue and React.js for the front end.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Ugu Isaac, you have a question. Go ahead. Hello, Ugu Isaac.
Hello, sorry for wasting your time. Please, there is a question I have. You said we can join more than one track, but while I'm trying to submit the first assignment, then I can only add just one track. I cannot add more than one.
Okay, so that actually tells you that you can actually just join one track.
Not really. You can submit twice. Submit one for the first track, then submit the second one for the second track. I mean, the only thing is, if you're willing to do everything, no, we'll be happy to have someone doing 2 tracks at the same time.
Okay, thank you very much for that answer. Ugo, I hope you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm cool with it, thanks.
Okay, so Engineer Nebet, I have a question for you. Someone says, also as a newbie in dev, would you advise we quit the HNG and continue with Codecamp?
I would advise you continue with the HNG internship. Wherever you stop, you continue with Codecamp. You can run the two in parallel. It's just that it will take a lot of your time. But if you can give it in, give it in. Yeah,
Okay.
and like I said, we are ready to help you on your exchange internship journey. So don't
Okay.
quit. Short answer.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, so I think that's about all the questions that we have. I think I'll just give like 2 more minutes and then we'll round up. If anyone has a question, please just signify by raising your hand. Okay, Victor, please go ahead. Hello, Victor, please go ahead with your question.
All right, thank you. Good day. I don't know, I was having a network issue. I don't know if my question was answered earlier concerning physical meetups.
Concerning physical meetups. Okay, ask your question. Just ask it as it is.
Would there be physical meetups, and if yes, how often?
Okay, so Engineer Nibet, please, I think I would prefer you answer that first.
Well, okay, so we didn't really plan for having physical meetups, but I think I would encourage if you have people around your area, you know, that are in Codecamp, you can have meetups, right? That helps you guys, you know, to help each other, you know, in solving some of the tasks and learning together. So I would encourage it. Maybe we'll look at it, we'll discuss among the mentors, you know, to see how to make that work, you know, for everybody, if it's something that people want, right? I know that in the internship, that is being encouraged as well. So that's also and then we'll push out some information to the learners on physical meetups.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for the answer, Engineer Niebet. Okay, so I think that's about all we can take. We have just 2 minutes to round up. Okay, so if you have more questions, okay, you can actually just reach out and use the Ask a Mentor channel to drop your questions and then we'll reach out to you. Okay, so this is me saying thank you. For some of us who are still not in the stage 1, okay, this is a reminder. Please make sure you are moved to stage 1. If you're having issues, reach out to a mentor using the Ask a Mentor channel, and then you'll be provided with assistance, okay? We have our page on YouTube. Every of our class is going to actually be uploaded down there, even this recording, this Q&A session. So you can also have it as a resource to go back to get more clarifications. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you, Codecamp team. Thank you, the mentors. Thank you, the trainers, the learners. Thank you for availing yourself for this Q&A session. So we hope this was an enlightening one. We hope I've answered the questions. So thank you and do have a wonderful day ahead. So your tasks will be dropped in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So do well to check it out. Okay, Victor, I think you have one more question. So we'll take that and then we'll close.
It's clapping.
Okay, so I think
well,
go ahead.
I was actually clapping, sorry.
Okay, you okay, thank you for the clap. Okay, so guys, have a nice day, have a wonderful day. Okay, God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Gracias.